I hope my screen is visible. Okay, so let's start the discussion. Uh, First question. You're given a string S consisting of lowercase English letters and digits. Extract only the digit characters from S and output the string found by arranging them in their original order. So it's a pretty straightforward question. We Some sort of string is given, and we need to return the digit part only, right? So you want to share your approach, Arnav?
Yes, Bhaiya. Uh, First, I took the whole string and I put a while loop till the terminating null factor appears in the string.
Okay.
And till then, the string will execute and see if the element at which we are currently at is between small a to small z. If it is not, it will be printed out, and if it is, the code will continue to execute it.
Yeah, yeah. Like mine approach was also similar. Like you were checking the string part, and I was checking for the like digit part. So yeah, both approaches very similar. If I show you the code, it's a first person, so it's pretty easy. Yeah. So I take a for loop, and if our string is greater than 0 or less than 9, so we are adding to our answer string that is empty in starting, and we simply print the answer. So is it? I hope it is clear. It is very simple question, right? So
Yes, we.
let's move to the next question. This question is little trickier, not trickier one, but like the statement is not clearly written. So the problem is n people numbered 1 through n. There are n number of peoples exchanged gifts with each other. Okay. Person I sends gifts to AI people, and the person are AI 1, AI 2 up to AK, AIK. And for each one to n, find all the people who sent a gift to person I. So question is simple. There are n peoples, and we have given some this input format. In the first format, we have k, like how many numbers of people uh, we will be exchanging the gifts, like the person, and the next key numbers are the person that is getting the gift from the index. Like if it is index one, these persons are getting gifts from that person. Right? So and peoples are there, and we have key, like how many numbers of like people that will be receiving gifts from the index one person, or we can say index I person. And the question is asking, like if you see here, like find all the people who sent a gift to a person I. So we need to find how many for each person, how many gifts they are receiving. So if I take a test case, suppose this one, it will be more easy to understand. Okay, so there are 4 person, right? And the first person, this is index one, this is two, this is three, and this is four. First person will be giving gifts to one person, right? And the person that is receiving gift is two. Right? Okay. Now the second person, this one. he will be also giving gifts to one person only, and the person is three, right? The third person is also giving gifts to the person two only, that is one person. The K is little confusing here while reading the question. Okay, and the fourth person is giving gifts to three-person. Right? The first person is one, second person is two, and third person is three. So the question is asking, like on the receiving end, suppose for two, how many gifts the person two is receiving? So if I see here, the person two is receiving first gift from one. Let me take another color. So person two is getting gifts from person one and person four. Like so, at index two we will be printing two and four, right? Because the person two is getting two gifts from two and four. Similarly, for person one, we person one is getting gifts from four, right? And yeah, person one is getting only one gift. So this is for index two. For index one, uh, he is getting gift from four only, right? And if I talk about person three, how many gifts he is receiving? So person three is receiving gift from four. Here you can see. So I am writing four here. Also, person three is getting gifts from two, and yeah. So this is it. I guess something I am missing here. So person two is getting it from one. Okay. So let's take a answer. What is the output here? So output is one four. Like the person one is getting it from four. This true. And the second output is person three is getting it from one, three, and four. Like so, person three is getting one, three, and four. But something I'm missing here. So let's again add on this. So, so this is the question. So person one is getting it from two. So one is getting it from two, and person two is getting it from person two is giving it to person three. Right? It was my mistake. Now person three is giving gifts to two, right? And person four is gifting three gifts. That is one, two, and three. So person four is gifting three-person. First is one, second is two, and third is three. Now, if I talk about the this at the receiving end, person one is only receiving from four, that is it is two, and person two is receiving from four. See that you change the color. Person two is receiving gift from four. You can see here, and it is also receiving from three and one. So it was written wrong here. So I am writing again here. So person one is receiving gift from four. You can clearly see here at the receiving end, it is getting gift, and person two is receiving from four, and second is three, and third is two. So it is receiving from four, uh, second is three, and third is 2. And the third person, if I talk about third person, uh, he is receiving gifts from person 2 only. So we'll be writing 2 only. And person 4 is not getting any gifts in the receiving end, there is no 4. So he'll be not getting any gifts. So yeah, this not getting any gift. And the output format also consists of the number of gifts they are receiving. Right. So first we need to print how many gifts they are receiving. Like in this case, this is receiving 3, and in this case, this is receiving 1 gift. So first we'll be printing 1, then 4, and for second we will be printing 3. Like size of the, you can say how many gifts they are receiving, and for third, it is getting 1 and 2, and 4 it is because it is not getting any gift, right? So I hope it is the question is clear to you, Arnav. So you want to share your approach, like what you tackle this question during contest.
Yes, Bhaiya, I created a 2D array to mark the receivers and another array that uh, marks that it has been already done and increases the we take the first test case of 1 2 1 3 1 2. So we start from I is equal to 1 and mark till how many k are given. For example, first we are given only k is equal to 1.
Okay.
So for one test case, we mark in a 2D array uh, the element and I. So for first, it will be 2 as the x element and 1 as the y element. So 2 comma 1 will be marked. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, you are
then
you your approach is correct. So, and mine approach was little similar to that. So, do you know how to store graph in adjacency list? Do you have any idea?
uh, I have, but at the moment of the contest, I wasn't remembering the graph code, so
Oh,
that's why I went with this approach.
okay, okay. Your approach is similar to that, storing the graph in adjacency list. Uh, so, what I did was, so I take a 2D vector as you said, and the size of vector was n plus 1. So I am eliminating the zeroth index problem. So now what I did was, suppose the person 1 is giving gifts to 2, right? So I did was I go to person 1 and okay, sorry. The person 1 is giving gifts to 2. At the receiving end, the person is 2. So I go to the second index and push our the sender that is sending the gift. So I am simply writing the sender one. Yeah. Now I move to the second index. Right. The second index we are giving gifts to person 3. Right. So person 3 is getting gifts from person 2. So at the receiver's end, we are marking the senders like this. Are you getting this? Like how we are mapping in reverse direction?
Yes, yes, way.
So if I talk about the next test case, that is 1, 2. So person 2 is getting gifts from person 3. So where do we mark in this adjacency list? If I am person 3 is giving gifts to person 2, so how will we mark in this adjacency list.
In front of the two after one.
Yeah, yeah, you got the idea. So in this way, we can store the number of receivers person, like the person that are giving the gifts, and while printing the outputs, first we will be printing the size of the array because first we need to print like number of gifts they are receiving. So in this way, we can solve this question. So if I show you the code, yeah. So yeah, I am taking a 2D vector of size n plus one, and first I am taking input k, that is number of person that is receiving the gifts, and we are taking input, and then pushback, that is that I already discussed. And while printing, first we print the size of the array, and then we can print this easily. I hope this question is clear. So let's move to the third question. There are n points numbered 1 through n on a two-dimensional plane. Point I has coordinates xi, yi. Here it is guaranteed that x and y are each permutations of 1 to n. Find the number of values of I such that the interior, not including the boundary, of each rectangle with sides parallel to x-axis and y-axis, with the lower left vertex 0, 0 and vertex xi, yi contains none of the endpoints numbered through 1 and 10. So the question is like this. Suppose we have a two-dimensional plane. All coordinates are positive, so we'll not look into the negative axis. So we have some coordinates given. Like if I take a test case here, so this is the test case. So question is, this 2, 1 here, we need to form a rectangle, which will be one corner will be always 0, 0, and the op opposite diagonal, that is the opposite, you can say, edge will be the this coordinate. So if I talk about this 2, 1 case, so it will lie about here. So this rectangle, this is the first rectangle. So we need to form the rectangle by this x and y. So this is the first rectangle. Now if I talk about the second rectangle, that is 1, 3, which will be lying about 1 here and 3 here. So yeah. So second rectangle is this. Third rectangle is 3, 2. So 3 will be about here and 2 will be here. So this will be our third rectangle. So in this way, we have to form rectangles. The question is find the number of values of I such that, like, we need to find the coordinates. Suppose we are taking this rectangle. Inside this rectangle, we can clearly see there is no edge present, like no vertices are present, right? And if I talk about this rectangle, inside this, there is also no vertices are present. So these two we can count as answer. But if I talk about this third one, inside this rectangle, there is one edge present. So it will be not counted in our answer. So we need to count the number of rectangles. in, in which inside that rectangle there is no vertices are present. Right. I hope the question is clear. So, like, what was your brute force approach? You were told like you are getting theory on that question, so it must be the brute force approach. So, you want to share what was your thinking?
Yes, Bhaiya, my approach was that uh, because wasn't able to think of any idea to store two coordinates together, so I used the linked list.
Okay.
Uh, and I traversed the whole linked list one by one and checked if the current node we are on, if there is any other node where both x and y are smaller than the nodes, then it is not possible for that node to be in the counting one that satisfies our condition. And if there was no node that has both x and y smaller than it, then we will count it as the point satisfying our condition.
No, like your approach was also wrong because you are telling you are checking for both x and y must be smaller than the next like coordinate, right? Both x and y, or
Yes,
you
so
or you are
that
checking only x or y.
no, both x and y I am checking. So if both smaller, then the point doesn't satisfy our condition.
So suppose in this case the first coordinate is 2 1. So you are checking if both are smaller or greater.
If both are smaller, like 1 comma 3 3 is bigger, 3 comma 2 both are bigger, so there is no point smaller than it. That means 2 comma 1 satisfies our conditions.
Okay, so you are telling suppose uh, this rectangle is given. If both points are above it, so you can count this rectangle, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it it is like not correct approach. So uh, so let's look into it. What was the approach? So I take a pair of vector. So let me first visualize this. So first here it is the all numbers are in permutation. So every coordinates will be unique. So we didn't need to take care about the overlapping coordinates, right? So if I take this test case, I first sort this on the basis of x coordinate. So if I sort this on the basis of x coordinate, it will be look like so it will be look like 2 1, sorry, 1 3 and 2 1 and 3 2. Right. I first take it as an input in pair of vectors and then sort it on the basis of first coordinate. That is default sorting. Now, if I draw the vectors, as our x coordinate is in sorted order, so we are sure that our next element, next coordinate will be on the always on the right side, right? So if I take a 1 3 here, then that will be present at this location. So we know that like our next element will always be present at the right side. So we need to check only about y-axis, right? So our first y is here 3. Now if I take this second test case, like that is 2 1, which will be lying at something this and this. As you can clearly see, this is present at the right side of the first rectangle. So you can see here, this rectangle is at, let's say, below the height of this rectangle. Like, suppose, consider a case if this rectangle was at little bigger than like this. Suppose consider a case for 2 1. Suppose it is 2 4. If this is the case, then the this rectangle will be lying inside the that bigger rectangle. But in the present, like in the given test case, that is 2 1, you can clearly see there is no vertices are present inside this. Okay. So what is the idea behind it? Is we need to check whether our next element y coordinate is less than the previous one or not. Like if it is bigger, then it will always cover the previous rectangle. But if it is lesser, then it cannot cover the vertices. So if I draw another rectangle, this is the first rectangle. So our next index must be at this location. Suppose it is at here. So you can clearly see there is no uh, coordinates inside this common area. But if our height is above this height, like from the previous one, so you can notice here the one vertices is in between this whole area. So the case is simple, like we need to check only for the y-axis only, and we'll be increasing our count. So if I show you my code, yeah. First I take a pair of vectors, that is vector intent, and then store it as it is, and then I sort in the default order, that is increasing order. And we know that the coordinates are in permutation, so there is no overlapping. And the initialized min, that is mean, that will be storing the last height. And if our like second part is the y-axis, so if our y-axis is less than the last y-axis, then we'll be increasing our count and changing our last y-axis to that current y-axis. And in this way, we can calculate this count. So, is this clear to you or no?
Yes, bhai.
So, you understand why your approach was wrong. Like you were telling, like you will be only checking if both are above or not. But if the case is like this case is also possible, right? But you are checking for both x and y. So that's why your some cases are going correct, but not all cases are correct. So yeah, this is it.
No, bhaiya. I did it for that case also. I mean, let's we take that point, the outside one,
Okay,
and
this one.
if we check the point inside it, we see only x coordinate is smaller, whereas y coordinate is larger.
Okay,
So both are not smaller than it. That means this point does satisfy the condition. I'm checking if both are smaller, like in the previous ones also where you explained. We whatever the point was not in our satisfying case, we saw that both x and y coordinates were shorter than it.
okay. Like,
I'm checking it for the non-satisfying ones, that if both are shorter or not.
okay, for some cases, your approach will be getting accepted, but for not for all the cases. Are you getting it? Like, for these cases, it will be passed easily. But if the cases is like this, I'm not sure about your whole approach. Okay, so have you understand this approach or not? Like this one?
Yes, yes, Bhaiya.
Okay, okay, then it is fine. So Subhajit will be taking the next questions. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, he will be taking.
Hello, am I audible and my screen is visible to everyone? Okay, so among you, Arnav, Alok, Shashank, have any of you read question number D and E? Okay, I guess you have not read the questions. So let me explain. This times D and E, both the questions were not too hard. These were comparatively easy questions. So let's see question number D at first. What question number D tells is that, let us go from this question board to our board. See what happens. It is told that there is a mansion. Okay. Now in this mansion, few people come at time Si and go out of the mansion at time Ti. Okay. But there is a murder that has occurred in the mansion, and two persons have committed that murder. And this murdered has occurred during a time duration of d units of time. And during this entire d units, these two persons were present in the mansion. So we need to tell that how many possible such combinations of two peoples are possible, such that they can be the culprits of this murder. Am I clear with the question? Or do you have any doubt regarding the question itself, understanding the question? Okay, so as the question is clear, uh, can anyone tell me one thing, that suppose a person comes at time ti, goes away at time ti and comes at time si. So this is his time that he stays inside the mansion. If this is less than d, then can he ever commit a crime? Just answer in yes or no.
No.
Okay, fine. So this is one of the points that we are keeping in mind. Now, have any one of you read the topic of difference array or line sweep algorithm? Like, do you have any idea or you have heard about this? Okay, I guess you have not heard about this. So what this does is, this one is a special case of line sweep algorithm. Okay. This one helps us to do dynamic update queries in 1D data structure. Suppose I'm giving you a very small example. Okay. See, suppose I have an array. This is a 1D data structure. I have 1, 2, these are my 5 boxes. Here, initially, let me suppose that everything is 0. Now, you come to me and tell me that from index 1 to index 3, increase all the values by +1. I'm like, okay, I do it. Then you are telling me from index 2 to index 4, increase all the values by +1 again. I'm like, okay, I'm increasing the values. Now suppose you are given me q such queries, and I need to tell you what is the final state of this array starting from 000. So for answering such questions, we can use the technique of difference array. What does difference array tell? At this moment, just understand this much, that I'm showing you that this algorithm works properly. Okay, initially it was 000. What I'll do is, if I am given this query 1 comma 3, then at position 1 I will increase it by 1, and at position end plus 1, that means at position 4, I will decrease it by 1. Again, for this one, at position 2, I will increase it by 1, and at position end plus 1 doesn't exist here, so I'll not do anything. Now, if I find the prefix sum of this array, you see 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 0, 2, 2 plus minus 1, 1. Do you see that we got the same result as we have got if we do the queries individually? Am I clear with this algorithm?
Yes, we are.
Yes. So see how much I improved the algorithm. Suppose there are q queries, then the time complexity of doing this one by one is q into n. But here these are O of one operations. So here the time complexity is just q plus n. So this is a drastic improvement that we are doing. Okay. So this same concept is we will use in this question also. Why we will use this same concept in the question is that at a particular moment of time, I want to know how many people were currently there in the mansion. So this is also, you see, the concept is same. Suppose a person entered in the array at time 1 and left the array at time 3, and the person entered the array at time 2 and left the array at time 4. Then this difference array tells me that at a current moment at this index, how many persons were present inside the array. Same thing we need in that question also. Fine. So whenever, like, keep it in mind, in 90% of the cases, whenever you see that one on a 1D data structure, there is something related to such intervals, or you can find some similar concept, always think about difference array. Fine. Now let us move towards understanding the question. We already know that our O of n square approach will give a TLE. Fine. So we'll not look at that O of n square approach. What am I told in the question? That we need to pick the suspects and check the time. But let us flip our approach. Let us think differently. Let us fix a start time. That let me suppose at time x, the murder has started. Then till x plus d, this murder will happen. Now I just want to know that in this time period from x to x plus d, how many people were there in the mansion. Okay. So for any person, to commit the crime that has started at time x, the person must arrive before or equals to x, and the person must leave after or equals to x plus d. Is this thing clear to everyone? Okay. So if this is the thing, then you see what I can write this one is that x is less than equals to ti minus d. That means for any suspect, they are a valid candidate to be a murderer if and only if the crime starts at any time interval between S1 to Ti minus D. Why? Because if it starts at S1, then S1 plus D will be in my range. Suppose a person stays from time Si to Ti, then this person can do a murder if the murder starts within this range of time. Is it clear, Arnav? Because after Ti minus D, if the murder starts, then the murder will continue even after he leaves the mansion, and that is not possible. So our this criteria that we told was really important, right? Now, now the difference array algorithm comes into play. That is, suppose, let us suppose at any time x, there were current number of people present in the mansion. Then you tell me that how many possible combinations of murderers can be there. Arnab, can you turn on the mic and tell? Two murderers should be together. I means I want a pair. At any time moment x, there are current number of people in the mansion. Then how many such pairs can I make?
Current people C2.
Absolutely correct. It's current C2. Then simply what can I write? Current into current minus 1 by 2, right?
Yes, भैया.
Perfect. So now we have all our concepts clear, but they are in different bits. Like we have not merged everything together. We have just seen that, okay, it happens, but we are not sure that it will happen correctly or not. So what we will do is, whenever we see, suppose we are looping through all the intervals, what we will do, that in our difference array at time S1, we will do a plus plus, and in our difference array at time Ti minus D plus 1, because end plus 1 we were doing, we will do a minus minus. Can you tell me why I did this? See, Arnav, this current person, this person can be a part of the murder from time Si to Ti minus D. After this, I cannot even think about considering him as a murderer, because I know at Ti he will leave the mansion. So it is like this person can contribute to be a suspect in this range of the array only. That is what we were doing in this case also. That if you choose the timings of the array between this range, then this person will contribute plus 1. That yes, I can be a murderer in that case. Now is it clear?
Yes, भैया.
Okay. So that means the question is absolutely solved. That you first do this, then you know that for every time instance, that for every time, let time t1, for t2, for t3, for all instances, you know that how many people are present at that current moment in the mansion. And if the murder starts at this time, then your current C2 number of possible combinations of murderers can be possible. If murder starts at T2, then that many number C2 number of combinations are possible. So now the code becomes very easy. There is nothing left in the code. See, we have taken N and D as input. It is not visible. Yeah. So We have taken n and d as input. Then we have made this difference array. Why did I take 10 to the power 6 plus 1? Because you see the constraints, the maximum constraints can go up to this. Then what I do, for every person, I take input of his start time and his end time. If his end minus start is greater than equals to d, only then I'll do this. Because if he stays less than d duration, then he can never do the murder. We have seen this. So if this is possible, then from his starting time to ending minus d plus 1, till this time he can contribute as a murderer. So in difference array he will contribute plus 1. This is done for every person. We do this. Now we keep our answer and our current. We loop through all the elements. We do current plus equals to difference of I. Why we are doing plus equals to difference of I? Can you understand? Arnav, this is actually prefix sum.
Oh
I
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
Bhaiya.
I could have already made another extra loop and done difference of I equals to difference of I plus difference of I minus 1, right?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yeah, I could have done that, but we are carrying in our hand only. Why to get an extra loop there? Then we see if our current is greater than equals to 2, then in answer we add current C2, and finally we return the answer. This was the entire approach of question number D. So is question number D clear? Then I'll move on to question number E. Okay, so let's go to question number E, and I guess you will feel question number E to be easier than question number D also. Okay, so what question number E tells is, let us first understand what it tells. Suppose I have a number line. Okay, initially I am at 0, 0, and I need to reach point x, y. Okay, I need to reach a point x, y. I am given some rules that if I am at an odd step, odd number step, like first step, third step, fifth step, then horizontal moving will cost A. Moving vertically will cost B. What do I mean by horizontal moving and vertical moving? Suppose I am at index A, B, then A plus 1, B, and A minus 1, B. These are horizontal moves. And A, B plus 1 and A, B minus 1. These are vertical moves. We can move only one step, means plus 1 or minus 1 at each step. Okay. And another thing is, if it is an even step, then it reverses. That is, for horizontal moving, we need cost B. For vertical moving, we need cost A. So you just need to tell me that what is the minimum cost we have to take to reach from 0, 0 to our target. Is the question clear? Like, did you understand what does horizontal and vertical move mean? Okay. So if the question is clear, then you see what was the first approach that I have thought, that at every step I have an option that if my step is odd, I will go horizontal and add price A. I'll go vertical, add price B. If I am at even step, then again I have two choices. If I go horizontal, I'll add B. If I go vertical, I'll add A. And finally, if I reach this position, then I'll see that which one gives me a minimum cost. But this one is becoming very implementation heavy. Like I was so confused while writing the code that how would I manage so many things together. That time what I thought, that how can I skip this odd and even step thing. Like this is the one that is causing the main issue in implementation. So for that, what I can do is I can always consider two steps. If I consider two step, then from odd, again I'll reach a odd step, then from odd, again a odd. So what will happen, I do not need to change this different things, that odd horizontal, odd vertical, even horizontal, even vertical. So what I thought was that let us define some moves. Okay, let us take a graph and let us define some of the moves. That is, what if I go 2 times in the x direction only, x direction, then again x direction, 2 times horizontal, or else I can go 2 times vertical. Now you see, for the first step, my cost of horizontal will be A. For my second step, the cost of horizontal will be B. So for the two steps, my cost will be A plus B. For horizontal also, the first cost will be B because it is a odd step. For the even step, this cost will be A. So in this case also, my cost of going 2 steps is A plus B. Fine. So to move 2 steps straight in any direction, no matter what I do, no matter it is odd step, even step, whatever, for taking 2 steps, I need A plus B cost. Is it okay? Okay. Now, what is the other type of move that we have? It is a diagonal move. That is, first I go in the x direction and then I go in the y direction. Or else, first I go in y direction and then I go to x direction. See, this down diagonal path will take cost 2 into A for this, and next for even this one would be A. And in this case, this path for diagonal would take a cost of 2 into B. But in both the cases, I am reaching this same diagonal point. So before even starting to move, I can choose myself, okay, that which one is a better path for me. Whenever I want to take a diagonal path, should I take this or should I take this? That one I'll store in a variable known as diag. That is min of 2 into B or 2 into A. Whatever is minimum. Suppose this path costs less for me. Then I will always, whenever I need a diagonal step, I'll go like this only. Fine. Is it clear till this? Okay. So now we have few things done. See, the minimum cost for diagonal we already know, but we also need to know the minimum cost for a straight path. Now, what is the minimum cost for a straight path? It is either A plus B or 2 into diagonal, the minimum of these two. Now, Arnav, please turn on your mic and can you just think that why did I include this part, 2 into diagonal? Suppose, let me give you an example. Keep your mic on. Suppose these are 2 points. Uh, the points are P and Q. So to move like this, I need a cost of A plus B. I know. What other path do I have for which I need this cost that I am also checking?
Uh, First we
Now, can you understand anything? There would be a point here also.
yes, first
That
horizontal then vertical, then again horizontal and vertical path.
perfect. So it is actually two diagonal moves. Correct.
Yes, bhaiya.
See, like this, we can go up and then down. That is why we are seeing that is it the most cost efficient, or I can do this and make it cost efficient. If I check these two, these two are all the possible combinations to get to here from here. That is why for finding the best straight path cost, I am finding the minimum of these two. Now your entire question is solved. See, nothing is left in the question. Let us suppose this is the point x comma y. You are at 0 comma 0. This is the middle line, x equals to y. Okay, so what is the best thing for me to do? I will go diagonal till this, and then I will go straight up, right?
Yes, bhaiya.
This is my best choice. So how can we check it efficiently? See, if my x plus y is even, if my x plus y is even, that means we need a total of even number of steps to reach this using vertical and horizontal. So all those steps we can club into uh, this even number by 2 number of vertical and this even by 2 number of horizontal, which is actually equals to even by 2 number of diagonal steps. That means by using only diagonal steps, I can reach the point if x plus y is even, right?
Yes, bhaiya.
If x plus y is odd, then what do we need to do? Can you think of anything? If my x plus y is odd, then
We could reach a point uh, just one step beside the point that is even, and
perfect. Absolutely perfect explanation. So let us, other than reaching, let me think like this, that at the starting only, I will either take a x direction step or one y direction step, any one of it. And then I will go in the even path, diagonal, right? This is what you meant?
yes, bhaiya.
Bus. Then what do we need to check? Nothing. By going one horizontal and even and one vertical and even, which of this is smaller? We need to take minimum of that. That will be our answer. This was the entire question. This was nothing hard, just the visualization in the graph was important. See, here I have explained you from 0 comma 0 index. In the question, you can be given any starting index, a comma b. The thing will be same for that, because always I hope in J you have done a lot of origin shift questions, right? Where you used to shift the origin.
Yes, yes, bhaiya.
Yeah, so always at a comma b we can shift origins and think. So from a comma b we need to go to x comma y. I've taken the input. Why I have done absolute value x and y? Because the coordinates are always in four uh, quadrants, so they are symmetrical. So taking absolute value won't cause a difference. Now you see, diagonal path, what is the cost? Minimum of 2a or 2b I have taken. What is the minimum cost of taking a straight path? Either a plus b or taking two diagonal paths. Now I check, to reach x plus y, if I need even number of steps, then what I'll do, I'll take the minimum of x comma y, because till that my diagonal will go. I'll do minimum number of steps, I'll go diagonal. Then how much will be left? That much I'll go straight. Correct?
Yes, Bhaiya.
And if it is odd, then first I have done the trial of x. That is, I'll go one step in x direction and then the even thing, what I've done for even, or else I will go one time in the y direction and do again the same even thing. And I'll take minimum of those two. Which one will be the minimum one? That one I'll return as answer. Is the question clear enough?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Okay, so do you think that this question is a bit easier to visualize than last question, D? Or you felt D was easier?
I mean, uh,
Yeah, I
it
know
was
both
a bit
are
of,
uh, a bit harder. I mean, in comparison, after listening to the approach, which one seems easier?
the later one, the graph one.
Yeah, the graph one. Okay, so what you do during contests or after the contest, at least read these questions D and E. These are not too much out of the box code forces F level questions. So you can try those. Okay.
Okay, Bhaiya.
Okay. So
Okay,
let's end
actually,
today's PCD here.
your approach was correct, but putting it was yes, the result was checked. Your approach was similar to
Okay,
mine.
Shubham, your voice is not audible clearly. I'm telling it to Arnav. Arnav, can you hear?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Okay, so your approach to that last question, which one? C, question number C, that you have done using linked list,
Yes, Bhaiya.
your approach was correct. Okay, your approach was absolutely correct. What was the problem happening is that you are comparing both x and y, right?
Yes, Bhaiya.
So the loop is becoming O of n square, and that will give a TLE.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is why you are getting a TLE. What Shubham has done is he has sorted already according to X. Now he is just checking that if Y is smaller or not. So you do not need to look at X anymore, because you know already you are going from a smaller X value to a larger X value when you are going forward.
Okay, Bhaiya.
That is why this one is passing and your one was not. But your approach was absolutely correct. Fine.
Okay, Bhaiya.
Okay, okay, okay. So you guys can leave the meet. The PCD is over for today. Join other PCDs also.